If you avoid looking in your closet because every time you open the door you feel overwhelmed, then this video is for you. Maybe you think the reason that the closet feels so overwhelming is that you haven't yet learned how to style yourself. Or maybe you think that the feeling would go away if you could just get more organized. But in my experience, that's usually not the real issue. Most of the time, the real reason that your closet is overwhelming is that there's simply too much stuff that is no longer serving you. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 decluttering rules for clothes that you will actually wear. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Sheila and I help people declutter, downsize, and move with less stress and more peace. So let's start with the first rule, which is the keep first rule. That simply means that when you are decluttering, you look first at what you want to keep and then you decide what you want to let go of. It might seem backwards, especially if you've watched other decluttering videos where they tell you to put all of your clothes in a big pile and then look at the ones that you want to get rid of, or maybe turn your clothes hangers backwards in your closet and then after a certain amount of time get rid of the clothes where you never use them and turn the hanger the other way. This rule is very different from those other strategies. Instead of focusing on what you're letting go of, you first decide on what you want to keep. And there's a reason for that. When you focus on what you're losing, decluttering feels harder. And as human beings, we're naturally wired for something called loss aversion. It simply means that it's harder to let go of something than it is to keep it. So the trick to letting go is to focus first on what you want to keep, because that makes decluttering feel a whole lot easier and more positive. You've probably heard of the 80-20 principle, which is that we wear about 20% of our clothes roughly 80% of the time. And I think that's true for most people. If you were to take an honest assessment of your closet, you would probably find that there's a very small percentage of stuff in there that you are actually wearing. In fact, if you want to know what you're wearing most often, imagine that it's laundry day. Everything that you normally wear is dirty. What's in the hamper? And what are you missing from your closet? Those are the things that you're actually reaching for. Those are your favorites. And there's no shame in using just a few pieces from your closet. We tend to gravitate toward the ones that we feel most comfortable with or that fit us the best, but for some reason we hold on to all those other things too. So instead of asking yourself, what should I get rid of? Try asking yourself, what do I get to keep? I think you'll find that that's a much easier question to answer. Rule number 2 is called the today rule. We want to make sure that everything in the closet is something that fits the person that you are today. Not the person that you were 10 years ago and not the person that you thought you would be or that you feel like you should be, but the person that you are today. And this has to do not only with your size and the way things fit, but also with your lifestyle. So if you left a corporate job 5 years ago and you still have a closet full of suits and blazers that you never wear, then that closet is not reflecting your today lifestyle. What if you were able to walk into that closet and you knew that everything hanging there still fit you today? Not only your body, but also your style. Everything was comfortable. Everything fit your current body and the life that you're living right now. Instead of digging through dozens and dozens of things that don't work anymore, you could simply choose something, put it on, and get on with your day. Our bodies change, our jobs change, our seasons of life change, and our closets should be allowed to change too. I helped one woman declutter to downsize, and she actually had 3 closets full of clothing. 2 of those closets contained suits that she hadn't worn in years. And in fact, the shoulder pads, yes, I said shoulder pads, on those suits contained a layer of dust. And I see this a lot as people are getting ready to downsize. When they're honest about what they enjoy wearing and what still fits their body and their lifestyle, they realize that there are so many clothes in the closet that are just taking up space. You deserve a closet where almost anything you reach for fits the person that you are today. Your body is not supposed to fit your clothes. Your clothes are supposed to fit your body. There's a simple way to test whether your closet reflects the person that you are today. Some people call it the hospital rule. Imagine that you had to leave unexpectedly to go visit someone in the hospital and you needed someone to grab you a change of clothes. Could you honestly tell them, just grab anything from my closet? Or would you have to say, nope, not that, not that, keep going, keep looking? Consider this your sign to let some of those things go today. Rule number 3 is the true to yourself rule. You probably know that feeling of putting on an outfit and looking in the mirror and thinking, this just doesn't feel like me. Sometimes you can't even put your finger on it. You just know it's not you. And in addition to having clothes that fit your current body and your lifestyle, it's also important to have clothes that make you feel like yourself. We live in a world filled with advertisements and marketing and influencers, and everyone is telling us how we should dress if we want to look younger or more fashionable. Maybe you've even bought something because it looked amazing on someone else, only to get it home and put it on and realize, I don't feel like myself in this. I think most of us actually do know what feels like us. We know which clothes make us feel comfortable and confident, and we know which pieces we reach for again and again. Sometimes we just stop trusting ourselves because there are so many voices telling us who we're supposed to be. So maybe you're thinking, well, I don't know how to style myself. That's the problem. I don't know how to dress or shop. I need a professional consultation. I need someone to help me determine my style or give me a professional color analysis. And while I think those things can be fun and helpful, you don't have to have someone tell you what your style is or what your color palette is before you can simplify your closet. You don't have to have a perfectly curated wardrobe to know what feels right to you. So consider this your permission to trust yourself. Wear the clothes that feel like you. Because at the end of the day, your closet doesn't need to reflect someone else's style. It needs to reflect you. Rule number 4 is the low maintenance rule. Now, there is nothing quite as miserable as wearing what I call a high maintenance piece of clothing. You know what it is. It's that shirt that you keep having to tug on or pull and adjust, or the pants with a waistband that just keeps landing in the wrong place. Or maybe it's the shoes that look beautiful in your closet, but halfway through the day, you're counting the minutes until you can take them off. Those are what I call high maintenance clothes. If you have items in your closet that you dread wearing, maybe even items that are cute or you like the color or the style of, but you know that you're going to spend the entire time adjusting them, permission to let those go. You don't need to wear something that makes you constantly self-conscious. Your clothes should support your daily activities, not become something else on your to-do list. You have way too many other things to think about to waste time constantly tugging and adjusting your clothes. So as you decide what stays in your closet, lean towards low-maintenance clothing. The goal is to be able to put it on and forget about it. Rule number 5 is the outfit rule. I learned this from my mom when I was young, and she would take me shopping, and I would find things that were cute or looked nice on the hanger, and when I showed them to her, she would always ask, "What will you wear that with?" And at the time, I didn't really appreciate what she was asking me, but as I've gotten older, I've realized that if I bring an item into my closet and there's nothing already in the closet that will go with it, I have just created more work for myself. So if you're holding on to pieces in your closet and the only way you will be able to wear those pieces is if you go out and purchase 3 friends for them, then those pieces are asking a lot from you. They're asking you to go out and purchase 3 more things. So if you have a really nice shirt, but the only way you can wear it is if you go out and buy some pants to match, and then buying those pants causes you to need a new belt, and then all of a sudden you need a new pair of shoes or a new necklace to complete the outfit, then that one shirt has turned into 3 or 4 purchases. It has created more work for you, not less. You might be tempted to think, but I paid good money for that shirt. There's actually a name for this. It's called the sunk cost fallacy, or as my mom would say, throwing good money after bad. It doesn't mean that you wasted money when you bought the shirt, and it doesn't mean that buying the shirt was bad. But if keeping that shirt causes you to also have to buy more things, then the cost of keeping the shirt is the cost of the pants and the belt and the shoes and the necklace. So as you're decluttering your closet, remember to ask yourself, not only do I love this piece, but also, do I have everything I need to make an outfit from it? Sometimes you'll find that you love a piece so much that you want to hold on to it no matter what, even if it doesn't match anything else, and that is perfectly fine. And sometimes you'll find that just thinking about letting it go brings relief. If you've gotten any value out of this video so far, it would mean the world to me if you would hit that subscribe button so that I can reach more people and help more people. Thank you so much. Let's keep going. Rule number 6 is the spontaneous combustion rule. I learned this rule from the minimalist. They suggest looking at something in your home and asking yourself, if this thing were to spontaneously combust, if it just disappeared, would I miss it? Would I even notice? And would I go out and replace it? Have you ever packed clothes away for the season and completely forgotten about them? Maybe you packed away your winter clothes or your summer clothes, and then months later you opened the box and you realized there were things in there that you didn't even remember owning. I know I've definitely done that. Sometimes I'll open the box and I think, I forgot I even had this and I didn't miss it at all. That's the heart of the spontaneous combustion rule. But here's where we get stuck. We start using words like maybe and someday and might. Maybe I'll wear this again. Someday I might need it. This might come back in style. I've learned that when I start saying maybe, someday, or might, I'm usually trying to convince myself to keep something that I don't really use. So as you're decluttering your closet, ask yourself, if this disappeared tomorrow, would I even notice? Would I miss it? Would I replace it? And then trust your answer. Rule number 7 is the Tuesday rule. And this one's not really about letting go of anything. It's about allowing yourself to enjoy the things that you've already decided to keep. So often we have clothes in the back of the closet that we're saving for the right occasion, like that fancy dress that we just never really found the opportunity to wear. So many of us are waiting for a birthday or a wedding, a vacation, or some future version of life before we let ourselves enjoy the beautiful things that we already own. So my challenge to you is to wear those beautiful things now. Don't be afraid to wear that fancy dress or those gorgeous shoes on a random Tuesday. That's why this is called the Tuesday rule. If you have decided that those clothes are worth keeping, you don't have to wait for the perfect occasion to enjoy them. Life is too short to keep waiting, so let today be your special occasion. Remember, the goal isn't to have a perfect closet. The goal is to be able to open your closet without that sense of dread, knowing that the clothes inside fit your life today and that you actually enjoy wearing them. And if you'd like some personalized help applying these rules to your own home, I offer one-on-one Zoom sessions. I'll put the link in the description below. Otherwise, if you'd like to keep watching, I think you'll really enjoy this video right here. I'll meet you there.